Welcome to episode 129, Terry Gou, the richest man in Taiwan and the outsource king of the world. This is an outline of episode 129. There are 3 reasons why we study Terry Gou. First, he is the richest self-made billionaire from Taiwan. Second, he founded Foxconn, and he is the outsource king of the world. Third, in 2017, he employed a world record of 1.3 million people from China, India, US, and the rest of the world. Let us meet Terry Gou at the White House on July 2017.
TV was invented in America, yet American does not have a single LCD fab to produce a complete AK system. We are going to change that. It starts today with this investment in Wisconsin.
My friend, one of the great business men anywhere in the world, Terry Gou. Made in the USA.
Terry Gou was born in 1950 in Taipei County, Taiwan. His father is a policeman. He spent 3 years at a maritime technology college and worked 2 years as a shipping clerk. That was when he discovered the booming Taiwan export market. In 1974, he founded Foxconn with $7,500 borrowed from his mother. And he also married the daughter of a rich businessman. A humble beginning. His first factory had 10 elderly workers. The first product, the knob of a black and white TV. His business slogan, low price, high volume. His first break came in 1980 when he was contracted to produce the joystick of the Atari computer. He then traveled to Silicon Valley, California, where he spent 11 months door-to-door sales. He was often uninvited, but he continued to win larger contracts and larger customers. His business exploded.
25 years ago, there were no factories here, only farms. In the 1980s, the Chinese government decided capitalism. The communist regime established so-called special economic zones, designated places for free markets and foreign investments.
He invented the city factory, a kind of vertical integration that covers all aspects of workers, from lodging to entertainment. Steve Jobs said of the Foxconn factory, it's got swimming pool, hospitals, and restaurants.
Steve Jobs had to say.
We're all over this. Foxconn is not a sweatshop. I mean, you go to this place and it's a factory, but my gosh, I mean, they've got restaurants and movie theaters and hospitals and swimming pools, and I mean, for a factory, it's a pretty nice factory.
With plants all over the world, including the United States. Foxconn employs approximately 1 million people throughout China, not just in Shenzhen.
The Foxconn suicide scandal, 2009 to 2010.
Tim Cook told Wall Street analysts the company couldn't keep up with global demand for the new iPhone 4S, owned by a company called Foxconn, which manufactures electronics under contract for practically every major brand you can name, including Apple. But what was news were the suicide.
Week after week, workers would go up onto the roofs of these buildings and throw themselves off the building.
And what did that look like, looking up and seeing them?
They look a lot like the nets you would put out to catch fish.
SACOM reported at least 18 Foxconn workers committed suicide in 2010, and more tried.
Work pressure. If they made some mistake, they would be punished.
Foxconn responded that the suicide rate at its plants in China was actually lower than the national average. But the world had noticed.
The 1 million animal controversy.
郭曾被批评冷酷无情，在员工接连跳楼后，他持续要求提高工厂产能。他最近更将他的上百万员工比作动物。
Gou said the use of the word animal was taken out of context and he did not mean it. Next, expansion into India.
Majority of our workforce is women coming from remote villages with little opportunities.
ఇటీవల కొన్ని ప్రాబ్లం వల్ల మేము చాలా అప్పుల్లో అయిపోయినాము.
It's to be burdened from about 80 kilometers, having the right transportation, which is safe, the right kind of nutrition, for the workforce. So it is an incredible exercise.
In 2016, Foxconn took over Sharp of Japan.
Terry Gou, chairman of Honhai, J.W. Tai, vice president of Honhai, and Sharp president Kozo Takahashi attended a signing ceremony in Osaka on Saturday. Honhai offered $3.5 billion to purchase a 66% controlling stake and over 10 million special shares in Sharp. The acquisition was first announced in February, but then ran into trouble over claims Sharp had not disclosed certain liabilities. As part of the deal, Honhai will also take over Sharp's advanced screen technology, which will strengthen its pricing power with major client Apple.
The future of Foxconn. Foxconn now has 40% of the world's consumer electronics manufacturing and is the world's #1 in outsourcing. We are going to combine industrial internet with cloud to become a creative force in 2025. From manufacturing to creating and to adding value. We have been in Shenzhen for 27 years. From a manufacturing Foxconn to a technology Foxconn and then to an innovative Foxconn. What have I learned today? First, Gou holds many world records, such as 1.3 million employees, China's biggest exporter, and China's largest employer. Second, Gou is now the outsource king of the world, and at age 66, he is still relentless. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave your comments and questions below. My next video will be Terry Gou 11 Lessons. Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.